So in answering the question, can the Indiana Pacers be contenders, you have to look at it from this perspective. The Indiana Pacers have the best offensive rating in the NBA. They have the best offensive rating of all time. This is the best offensive team we've ever seen in NBA basketball before, ever. If you're looking at this team and you're saying, in today's day where offense is favored way more than defense, if you say this team can't give a team like the Boston Celtics or the Philadelphia 76ers or the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, they beat them 4 out of 5 times. If you look at them and you say they can't be one of those teams or at least give them a run for their money, then you must be thinking these teams have some insane defense. What's going on, everybody? I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing well myself. I got the hat on because, look, I didn't know what I was finna do with my hair, bro. When I get a haircut, bro, I'm gonna stop wearing the hat. All right, man. Hope you guys are doing well, though. I want to talk about these Pacers, man, because I saw that tonight is the night we get Siakam and we get Tyrese Haliburton on the court together against Portland at 9 in Central Time, so probably 10 in Eastern Time. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to have to tune into that one. And I'm glad Haliburton is able to come back. When we see the debut of Siakam, it's going to be great. I'm glad he's healing from that hamstring injury. And I did a video on Haliburton a while back, and in that video, I said that Haliburton was the best true point guard in the NBA. And he really is, because, you know, when you look at what a true point guard is, like, there's a lot of guys who are like pass first, like Luka. Like I like Luka. If you go watch my videos on my channel, I talk about Luka a lot. So like I like Luka, and Luka is a pass first point guard, but at the same time, Luka is so prolific on offense, like when it comes down to just scoring, that like, what do I look like telling Luka to like continue being pass first? Like I bet Jason Kidd is in the huddle like, hey, Luka, keep shooting it. And that's why Luka shoots so many shots and he scores so many points. It's because Luka is so prolific on offense that, you know, even though you're pass first, when you have such an ability, you have to be able to lift your teammates up. So like you can only really be a pass first point guard when you have real like assets to work with. And we've seen this with Haliburton, where he can't even really be like fully pass first. Like sometimes at the end of games, you know, especially when they're playing against, like the last game they played against the Bucks, end of game, like you just got to give the ball to Haliburton and let him go to work and let him score, because it comes to a certain point in the game where you just need scoring, and that team just never has had that scoring. Well, look at Siakam. Siakam, look, I'm a Warriors fan. I know Siakam. Siakam is a hooper, y'all. Siakam played my team in 2019, bro. Siakam got a little spin move. He got a bag. Siakam ain't no scrub. I'll go over his stats this season. Siakam this season is averaging 22.2 points per game, 6.3 rebounds. That's got to go up. 4.9 assists, 52% from the field, 31% from three. If he can get that 3-point percentage up and those rebounds up, that'll work, because look, you already got Turners down there, right? And obviously, you know, Siakam is going to replace Obi Toppin. I think Obi Toppin was starting for the Pacers. I could be wrong. Either way, I know they play the same position, so they're probably going to, you know, butt heads a little bit. I mean, not butt heads, but I mean, like, you know, their minute spread is probably going to, you know, I think they'll be able to play on the same court together. But, you know, you got Turner, who's only averaging 7 rebounds a game. So if you got Turner averaging 7, then you got Siakam averaging 6. If this is your front court, you want to get like at least one of these guys to like above 10, and it's not going to be Siakam. So Turner, can he rebound the ball more? I know Turner is an offensive player. He's averaging 17 points, 7.1 rebounds, like I said, 52% from the field. He's shooting at 32% from 3. He's averaging 2 blocks. He's a great defensive player. I think that the main part that I'm looking at with Turner and Siakam is to see what they can do on defense. Can they be a front court that has insane rim protection and is able to stop people from just coming into the paint and getting layups? Not saying that that's like a trend with the Pacers. I honestly don't know, but I know that they are 27th in the NBA in defensive rating. So if you're number 1 in the NBA in offensive rating, and then you're number 27th in defensive rating, it's lopsided. And that's why people are saying, oh, the Pacers aren't going to be able to do much because but we live in a day where offense is so favored that being 27th in defense isn't like, it's not, because offense is always going to make up for it. Like, it's just going to make up for it. So like, you're going to see them compete with a team like the Bucks, even though the Bucks have a defensive squad. I don't know so much this season, but they've been known for their defense, you know, with Drew Holiday. Or no, they don't have Drew Holiday anymore, so I actually don't know. But when you're playing against teams that have great defense, you're going to overpower them with offense. And we've seen that with them against the Bucks. So like, if you're looking at the Bucks and you're like, oh, the Bucks are contenders in the East, and then you're going to look at the Celtics and say the Celtics are contenders in the East, and yet the Pacers can give the Bucks a run for their money, yet they can't give the Celtics a run for their money, you've got to be crazy. And if you think they can give the Bucks a run for their money, but somehow, some way they can't give the Sixers a run for their money, especially with this new front court, like Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam is not going to be able to slow down Embiid. lead. But as long as they don't foul often and they just like stand like man up, if they play that team in the playoffs, like they can do work against the 76ers if you're gonna assume that it wasn't a fluke that they were going against the Milwaukee Bucks. And let's talk about Haliburton. Haliburton's averaging this season 23.6 points, 12.5 rebounds, 12.5 assists, 4.2 rebounds, nearly 50% from the field, 40% from the three, 86% from the free throw line, man. Y'all, Steph Curry's my favorite player, bro. Last time I seen a player like this, people forget. Curry earlier in his career was averaging like 8, like 9 maybe assists. Like Curry used to be like, he used to play a lot like Haliburton. I know Steve Kerr said it, but like I'm like seriously though, like they are a lot alike. Like with his range and the way he plays, he's more on ball than Steph, but he's taller than Steph. And see, the reason that Steph doesn't play on ball as much as he could is because Steph is so small. People don't understand that, like, having the ball in your hands, going one-on-one ISO, like, unless you're Kyrie Irving and you're going to be, like, a pretty maneuver, like, Kyrie doesn't go one-on-one in the way that Harden and Luka does. Kyrie couldn't. He's too small. Like, just because Kyrie goes one-on-one doesn't mean, like, Curry could go one-on-one too. No, because Kyrie is so shifty and he has such a maneuver that he's able to get into his spots and shoot off the backboard these crazy, ridiculous finishes. He's not a one-on-one player. When you have guys like Luka and Harden, they're one-on-one players because they're big. Like, I've said this in a video before. The more prolific your step back has to do with how big you are. So the bigger you are is the more prolific your step back will be, which is the correct way to articulate that. But Haliburton is big. He's what, like 6'7", 6'8", maybe? He's big. So he's able to go one-on-one. And that's what Curry's missing, because Curry can't go one-on-one like that. He has to go off ball because he's so small. You got a guy like Hallie with range like Steph shooting at 40% from the three-point line. Shh. I'm telling y'all, he's almost 50, 40, 90. All you got to do is get that free throw percentage up 4, and then he's basically there with the field goal percentage. He could hit 50, 40, 90 if he was hitting like his free throws a little bit more often. Like in 23 game, bro, we've seen this with Curry before. I'm telling you guys, and this team is going in the same trajectory as the Warriors. The only thing is, I don't see their Klay Thompson. But I know, and let me check. I want to make sure I'm getting these players' names right. By the way, I think it's going to really suck for the Pacers to lose out on Bruce Brown. You guys might not be able to see it now, but Bruce Brown, like, for the Nuggets in the playoffs, like, when it mattered the most, that man stepped up. So it's going to suck to see him go away, because he for one helps with your defense, but I don't know if he was really helping with their defense because they're still 27th. So like, was he, like, if you're a Pacers fan watching this, will you let me know, was he helping with your defense? I really don't know. But I know they really like this Nembhard, this Aaron, or I don't know how you pronounce this guy's name, Andrew Nembhard guy. They like that guy. And then I think there's this Neesmith guy that they really like as well. So you guys got some players, and I know they can shoot. Like, I've been watching this team. I don't know the players' names, all of them. I'm going to be educated more now they got Siakam. It's going to be like, I'm going to be watching for real. I was watching to see what Hallie was doing, but I'm going to have to stay with the team because I think they can be contenders now. And I'm going to be honest, man. You guys also got Buddy Hield, who was a shooter. I thought you guys were trying to get rid of Buddy Hield, though. Like, I thought that was the whole thing. Like, I thought Buddy Hield was trying to, like, I thought you guys are trying to trade Buddy Hield. I thought, like, in the Siakam trade, it was going to be for Buddy Hield. I guess the Raptors were trying to get rid of cap space or something. Like, I'm so confused. I know Pacers fans, like, I don't know, like, how y'all feel about Buddy Hield. I know Buddy Hield is not, like, I know Buddy Hield is not, like, he's not, like, if you could trade Buddy Hield for Klay Thompson, then you got Splash Brothers going on. Buddy Hield ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's another thing. Like, can you trust Buddy Hield? Like, when it comes down to it, he reminds me a lot of Andrew Wiggins. Like, you know, if you put Wiggins in the right situation, obviously he can win a championship like he did with the Dubs in 2022. But like, he's just like, he's got a promise, but like, Buddy is just so like, I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna show up when it matters most. But he might. I mean, he can hit them shots. He helps with their spacing. So I mean, he's good to keep for now. If you could like get a guy like Duncan Robinson and then get another piece from like, you know, shoot, the Miami Heat, if they're trying to dump something off and you trade Buddy Hield, you know, that would be like a real situation there. But I mean, it depends on who you're getting. Like, are you getting back like who, like Bam or something? I don't know. Not Bam, obviously not Bam, but like in theory, I don't know who the Miami Heat have to give up. But I mean, the teams, they got shooters. I mean, that's the point that I'm trying to make. The teams got shooters. Do I think that they can like go all the way this season? I don't know. Like, they just got offense, so like I wouldn't count them out. Like they did, like offensive teams can just go really far. Like I think they, depending on what we see tonight, I want to see how it really has a lot to do with how Siakam and Turner match up in that front court. But because we're gonna see that tonight. But I'm gonna say this, man: a team with offense, like a team with real offense, in the playoffs, man, they're gonna go as far as their defense takes them. They're just gonna go as far as their defense takes them. I think this Indiana Pacers team can go really far. And I think it depends a lot on Hallie too. Because we love the playmaking from Hallie, but at times you look at Hallie and he's got like 6 points through 3 quarters and you're like, shoot the ball a little bit more, bro. Like, cause he's capable of it. Can Hallie, I think this is gonna have a lot to do with it. Can you up it to 27 and maybe lose an assist, 27 and 11 for the playoffs? Like, when you get into the playoffs, is Hallie gonna be able to give you 30, 90, 90? Cause like in the playoffs, like you need a guy to give you like at least 25, 26, 27. I know that's not his game. And that's why I like that Siakam came over, because Siakam can help with that. But if Hallie can get it up, because I don't like Siakam is, you can trust him in the playoffs. I'm not saying you can't, but he's also not your number one guy for scoring. So, you know, I mean, Siakam's really going to help Hallie. I mean, he's going to be able to get the ball to Siakam and let Siakam do his thing, and Hallie can just work on playmaking. Though Siakam does have the ball in his hands a lot, so I'm going to see like what it's going to look like when you got a guy feeding him. Like, will it like stunt the offense when you give it over to Siakam and let him go to work a little bit? Maybe that's a good thing, because you'll see Haliburton go, spot up, shoot more. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be good to see. But that's my little rant on the Pacers, man. This team's going to be fun. I'm going to have a lot more videos on them as we go on. I'm watching the Mavs. I'm watching the Pacers. I think that's my West team right now, the Mavs, and my East team has got to be the Pacers right now, because I'm very interested to see what they do. I think they're going to miss Bruce Brown, but I think, the defense will take them far as long as the guys show up they need to show up. I think this team will be good. TJ McConnell is always going to be able to help you out in the playoffs. I think we haven't seen him in the playoffs a lot because this Pacers team just hasn't been that good over the years. But I think TJ McConnell is your vet, is your guy. The team's going to go far, man. But yeah, man, that's it for me, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. And yeah, that's it for me, man. I'll see y'all. Peace out.